Have we still been seeing the corpses as we've been traveling?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I made specific mention of that.
Okay.
You know what? I'll push that more. I'll say you haven't been noticing that dead are walking around aimlessly.
This is not the area which I would call home.
Remember, he materialized in front of you from the mist.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
I'll ask if he has a name. What do we call you?
You may refer to me as your host.
Well, that's not ominous or anything. Jesus.
Can I roll insight to see if we can tell if he's on the level or if we feel like he means us harm?
You can roll insight, sure. As far as you can tell, he's speaking genuinely. Of course, like, there's no body language to read. He just, like, occasionally makes gestures and his voice is in your head.
What would you want me to roll to see if I know either through story or maybe encountering something like this?
Actually, Chain and I recently figured out that it is an intelligence roll to identify any creature.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense since history and like religion and stuff are all based on int.
Yeah, so it's just an intelligence roll.
That's the wrong thing, but
Well, you're not proficient in it, are you?
I am not. No.
Okay, so it's the same.
It's the same.
So no.
I
No.
figured.
It is an utterly alien creature to you.
Yeah, I want to do this just to give myself a sense if Egg has an idea, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
He is befuddled.
Okay.
I guess since we're all looking at it, like, wouldn't it just be rolls from all of us to see if we know? Because
Sure.
it's like right
yeah.
there.
Yeah. I mean, anybody can roll. So.
I already rolled.
Yeah. Madam Beldam, you recall having read about creatures similar to this? There was a poor illustration in a book, perhaps within the circus, that somebody had bartered for a show. And being ever hungry for information, you dove into it, dug into it, and you recall them being referred to as brain eaters or illithids, and that they devour the brains of those that are intelligent.
How far is this meeting place?
The distance is no concern. You will be taken there painlessly and instantaneously.
Why wouldn't Illithid, a creature of great power, come looking for mere mortals?
Had you been listening, you would have heard what I said. As fate would have it,
Engrossed in my book.
the four of you appear to be the most qualified arbiters of the truth within a reasonable range of scrying.
You can sense the annoyance in his tone.
I'm curious what a reasonable range means, like how far.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking him, I guess. If he says a reasonable range within scrying distance or whatever.
Do you accept this request or not? My patience runs thin.
Who says we go for it? I say we do it. I'm not
Okay.
I'm not
Can
likely
I-
to turn
Can I
down
ask
this
you
guy.
why?
Well, if it has anything to do with the dead around here,
He said it probably doesn't. He doesn't know what we're talking
he
about.
says it probably doesn't.
I mean, I'm with you. I think he's lying, and it has something to do with it. But my character wouldn't necessarily like. Why?
Also,
guess
he
that-
said that this Gish thing was some kind of evil.
Geish.
Gish.
Geish.
Gish.
Yeah, so this Gish is evil. You're right.
At least 4 or at least 3 of you would be familiar with the term Geish,
It's a spell.
having been offered to undertake one back in session 1 from one William of Wheaton.
Oh.
Okay, the reason why I'm asking is because why are we going to do the bidding of something that appeared out of nowhere and is talking in our heads? Like-
Because it will fucking kill us.
Okay,
I don't
so-
really want to piss it off, honestly.
Okay.
And he said if so long as we don't start shit, nothing bad will happen to us.
Madam Beldam, you asked why you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess I'll follow. So he sits there, he's like tapping his foot with his arms crossed, and he's like just interjects himself into your internal monologues.
The 4 of you are not bound by the Geish, yet your good nature would lend you to being trustworthy enough to ask for assistance. I won't ask a 3rd time.
Beldam calls a group huddle real quick, knowing what the creature is.
Okay.
Yeah. I
And
mean, it'll
just
still be
says
listening
to
to me,
the-
but
Yeah,
Well,
it's in our minds. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, it's about the presentation of it.
totally.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold up a finger at the guy, just like give us 1 second.
As he taps his foot over there.
Yeah.
It's a risky deal, but upsetting this type of creature, which would be much more riskier, I think we should do it just for the fact that it is probably safer than angering it.
Well,
He did offer you something too.
yeah.
A shiny bottle with something in it.
And I
smell
doubt
a
he's going to
relic.
wait 10 minutes for me to...
So, yeah, my vote is
Investigate it.
basically I will stand as a shield for what the majority wants to do. So I will go with the majority.
Yeah, Egg is pretty befuddled. Kind of doesn't want to do it, but he'll go along.
Well, I think the madam and I are both for doing it.
Yeah, so either way,
May
that'll be
I-
3 versus 1 anyway.
I direct to him, may I ask once we return, may we choose our location of return?
If it is within my power.
That's
This-
not a bad deal.
That's a pretty
This
good
could
deal.
potentially be a shortcut.
We could get all the way to Treetop if we wanted to. All right, so who wants to tell the scary guy that we'll do it?
He knows.
We accept. Yeah, he probably knows.
Okay. The mist seems to swirl around each of you and pulls you like down within it. You seem to melt into the mist. Shut up! You are annoying. Go on.
Immersion broken.
You melt into the mist, as it were. Moments later, you reappear standing on a stone cobbled pathway with a stairwell that looks as though it leads upward to a large mansion.
Oh, it's dark in here.
You would be here, probably. Okay. So, what do you do?
Okay.
I'll light a torch and hand it to Egg.
Okay.
Well, before you do that, I'm going to give Egg the ring. And I'm going to light a torch. Because I was going to do
okay.
that anyway.
Okay.
I had the wrong thing selected, which is why I couldn't drag it out.
All right. Now, so before we go in here, let's just all be aware, Egg, that fighting is probably not a good idea. We should tread
Yeah, no,
carefully
nightmares
if we
beyond
can.
my comprehension. Got it.
Egg, you're a likable guy. You can talk your way out of stuff, surely. Like you did with the goblins. Just do that.
I just want to take in my surroundings a little bit more.
Okay.
'Cause,
So, all around you, you're surrounded by forest. It looks as though you're in a similar region based off the trees that you can see. There are, like I said, the four pillars here. They're just like, I don't know, they go upward into nothingness, like they just end. Purely decorative. There's a marble staircase in front of you that heads upward, and I don't know what else you can see. I need to turn my opacity down a bit.
So there's regular forest at the edges of the stonework here?
Yes.
Okay. So this is just like a path, like a porch.
Yes.
What does the outside of the building look like?
It looks like a magnificent stone mansion. But the only way you can see it is just by its sheer size and the occasional pinpoints of light coming from within.
Now I'm going to make my way up the steps.
Okay.
I'll follow behind.
Okay. You guys can go ahead and you can move freely here.
Egg will go with the torch.
Okay. Well, Egg can. Oh, I need to make it so Egg can see in the dark. Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I forgot you got the ring. I hope this isn't the norm because you guys had me switch it so that Udinar was the norm.
Okay, I mean, I intend to let him attune to the ring, so just don't give it back. That's it.
Cancel.
And we'll do that at camp next time.
All right, hold on. Stop moving yourself. I gotta
Sorry.
fix your sight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't you just have it that he attuned to it over the course of the 3 days that we were in the woods?
Yeah, sure. Done.
I mean, that's fine. I thought Udinar was going to be the one to carry it, so that's. I have to fuss with the tokens. That's all. All right, so that's set up.
Cool.
Don't worry, Egg. Won't let anything bad happen to you.
All right, so as you make your way up, you can see what looks like a small garden going to the entryway, where a large door is at the end, and a small pond as well, with some of the flowers having overgrown onto the path. Otherwise, well manicured.
Neat.
All right, I'm going to walk up to the door.
Okay. You find yourself standing beyond a well-decorated white marble door.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up there with him as well.
I guess I'll try the door, see if it's locked.
As you reach your hand out to place it on the door, it swings open.
Egg, you coming?
Yes. Sorry.
I don't want to actually fuss with the dynamic lighting, so I'm just going to move you guys inside.
Cool.
Stand before another door. And there's a door to your left, and it's like a wooden door, and then another glorious marble door in front of you. Looks like this is a sort of entry hall.
All
So
right.
there's a door to the left and in front, but not to the right?
Correct.
I'll snuff out the torch since we're in light now.
Okay.
I'm going to check, is there any signage around this door?
Which door?
Left door.
No.
What do you figure, marble door or wood door?
This is probably the coat check.
The what?
The coat check?
What is that? What is
Where
coat
you
check?
leave your coat and they give you a ticket to then retrieve your coat.
What? Why?
In a high class place like this, you're not just gonna walk in wearing your outdoor clothing.
Oh,
Beldam
Look.
just kind of sighs.
Carolyn's just kind of staring at you, like not wanting to ask any more questions because she'll just look stupid. Right. Coat check.
Beldam's gonna go around and cast prestidigitation on everyone just to clean them off,
Mm-hmm.
so they look somewhat presentable.
Okay.
I was getting used to the feeling of dried blood covering my neck.
I slap a
didn't
couple of
wash
cards
in
on
3 days?
Egg to fill up the hole in his shirt by the gore.
Okay.
Well, better than it was, I suppose. And I'll go to the stone door in front.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try the door.
It doesn't open.
I will knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door and wait for a moment. You notice that the sound of your knocking seemed almost muffled. After about a minute of nobody coming to answer, make a perception check.
Man, these fucking rolls tonight.
It's clear that you didn't notice them before, but a nearly invisible creature standing next to you seems to be peering deeply at you and just makes a gesture of like holding its hand to its mouth and pantomiming a cough. And then it gestures to the small wooden door.
All right, I will go to the small wooden door. I'm gonna
Okay.
attempt to open it, following his direction.
As you reach out, it swings open, and another of the same creature is inside. Within, you can see what looks like a small storage space, as well as almost a mountain of items that are just magnificent in nature. Swords, weaponry, armor, cloaks, a few bags and backpacks and things of that nature. And the creature inside seems to be beckoning you inward.
I turn to Petalin, say, "See, I told you."
Petalin kind of clutches her robe a little bit tighter.
I'll tell everyone to head inside. I'm guessing they're gonna want us to leave our weapons.
Oh, good.
Okay, so in the interest of saving time, in here they ask you to completely remove any weapons or magical items.
What about like my arcane focus? That too?
Any magical items.
Shit.
Petalin can't remove her eye, though.
That's true.
Okay. So as each of you does so, you'll notice that the spectral servant gathers them up neatly into a small pile and produces a small ticket and hands it to you.
As Madame Beldam takes off the headband, she gets stupider and forgets what a coat check is.
All right.
I will take the ticket from the Spectre.
Okay. And for those of you that are not wearing fine or better clothing, they provide something for you.
Cool.
Would Beldam's clothing count?
I don't know. What clothing did you start with?
It's probably common clothes, but
Yeah. So
I would think
that-
over the years she tried to look as opulent as possible.
you can only do so much with common clothing. No, I think everybody here would be given fine clothing to change into.
Ooh. It's so soft.
Okay. So everybody,
I look to the specter. I'm like, have you got anything for this? And I point to my eyes. Because I don't have a blindfold anymore.
it shakes its head.
All right.
Madam, got really pretty eyes.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Hey, they're prettier than mine, okay? Jerk.
And this is the first time Udinar would have directly seen her eyes, but they are golden and give off a very dim glow to them.
I don't think he much enjoys the sight of it because it's unknown more than anything.
Okay.
Almost like a fish's eye. Can't really tell what you're looking at.
I think it's just that the irises are golden and have a slight glow.
Oh, just the irises are?
Yeah.
Yeah, not the whole eyeball.
Oh, okay. That's less creepy.
All right, we will go ahead and leave the coat room.
Okay.
What's my ticket number?
69.
All right.
Knew it.
Actually, hold
Is that
on.
for all of us, or
No,
just
no, I
her?
can actually give you. That would be. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 29. And then so Madame Beldam is 29. Who's next?
Me, I guess.
30. And 31 and 32.
Okay, so
Alright,
I'll,
Egg will be 31.
yeah, I'll be 32.
Okay. Okay.
I try to tip the spectral man with a piece of gold, and I guess it just falls through his hand.
No, he takes it
Oh, okay.
and
I
bows.
exit the coat room.
Okay. Noodles.
Boop.
Sorry, I was muted. What was that?
Are you exiting the coat room?
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So everybody leaves the coat room. And then what?
I will go ahead and try the door once more.
As you reach for it, it opens, revealing a long hallway with several of what you can assume are guests awaiting you. This is where I'm going to ask everybody to go ahead and zoom in. It will play a factor. What you can see are your host, who you met before, flanked on either side by, let's see, that would be one of these. And one of these. Those pop up for everybody?
Mhm.
Okay. And then behind them, one of these. Show to everybody.
Oh dear.
And where is the other one? Did I not upload it? Because I uploaded them all and then they all disappeared. This is where Roll20 crashed when I was uploading all of these photos.
Gotcha.
So that one. You know what? I'll just go ahead and upload it real quick. Handout. Choose a file. As in players' journals, all players. Done. And show. That. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then further back, that's actually not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be like right here. But you can just make out another creature just around the corner that looks something like this.
Oh dear.
Of course, it's not actually carrying its weapon.
Sure.
So As you step forward, the Illithid bows to each of you, and his voice enters your minds, welcoming you to his humble abode. Let's see. Where is my script? The male, scantily clad creature to his left steps forward and says, I shall be speaking for our gracious host this evening, as under the Geish, deep speech is quite a challenge for him. As you see, a murder was committed this evening, and the creature that was slain should not have been, as each creature under this dwelling, save for yourselves, is bound under a powerful Geish, preventing aggression, preventing magic usage, and much, much more. We are here to trade under agreement for a great many things, and it seems something has gone awry, and thus we seek your aid in finding out who was the killer and what their motive was.
Out of character.
Mhm.
I was thinking murder mystery.
Yeah.
It's fucking murder mystery.
Yeah, I was muted, but I gasped audibly.
Murder most foul has been committed this fine evening.
Right?
And we beseech you in finding out whom has done it. You see, we cannot utilize magic, change our form, nor draw weaponry within the mansion under the terms of the Geish. To do so would bear great suffering to the wielder, lest they found a way to break it, as our murderer seems to have done. You will find the mansion open to you and its guests most hospitable, at least as best within their nature it can be. You are free to question them, ask what you will, or search the grounds. And by dawn, you must render who you believe has done it.
I understand by the terms of your Geish, none of you are able to use magic. However, we seem to also have had our components taken away from us. Wouldn't it be more beneficial for us to be able to use magic in order to resolve this problem?
Anything that you require for your investigation, you must simply ask, and one of the servants shall retrieve it for you.
I appreciate that.
How long is
Sorry,
it
I'm
till
eating a
dawn?
Twizzler.
6 hours.
Who was killed?
Can the madam and I go ahead and ask for our arcane focuses back?
I don't know, can you?
Penguin kind of pulls on the madam's skirt. Madam,
Let's hear the full deal, and then we'll get going.
Oh, that is the full deal.
Oh, okay.
You're free to ask whomever, whatever you want. You have free reign to wander the mansion. And if you would like to see the body of the deceased, we will lead you there post-haste. But it is up to you the manner in which you would like to execute your investigation.
Okay, I think we should have a huddle.
I'm going to put everybody
Okay.
inside because this is weird, and you
Yeah,
should
yeah.
all be standing inside.
Sure. So first of all, we all accept that we're going to be doing this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we're already here.
Okay. I don't know what I can get out of talking with the deceased here, but that is an option, obviously, that we could utilize.
Oh, for sure.
If we can take an hour to let me meditate and, mechanically change some slots around, I might be able to do one other thing, but, like, what other options do we have?
Well, we could do stuff while you're doing that. First off, we should
I
find
guess that's
out
true.
if there's just these 6 here, or if there's other people within the mansion.
Yeah, we should probably get stories down first.
Well, Pedalin and I will need to be able to use our magic to begin with.
Yeah, so we should start by getting our arcane focuses, and then we can start interviews. And while we're doing a little bit of run around, if you want to meditate for an hour, that's probably not a bad idea.
The thing is the
Egg is
thing.
ready to axe a question.
Actually, no, you're right. We should do it this way. I'm okay with this.
Okay. Ready, break?
I'll ask the incubus if should we talk to the servants directly or go through him in order to retrieve our items.
So he hovers over toward you and seems to be looting you up with his eyes. He says, "Well, I'm sure if you'd like to ask me, an arrangement can be made, but you are free to ask the servants themselves. They are present in all rooms of the mansion. You need only to call out, and should it be directed at them, they will manifest and attend to you."
All right, after the creepy gaze, I'm gonna slink back to the coat room.
Okay.
Petalin asks the madam to grab her arcane focus too.
I have no idea what your arcane focus is.
It's a little silver necklace. It's got a
You
single
have your
di-
ticket too. You need to
God
bring your
damn
ticket
it.
over to the coat room.
He actually said you just need to call out to one of the servants. You don't have to walk back in there and get it.
I just wanted to get away from him looking at me.
Yeah, sure.
I'll hand the ticket to the servant in this room and just say I need a deck of cards and a headband that is located within number 29.
It bows, and a voice fills your head that says, "Very good, madam." And it goes over to your pile of items and roots through some things and brings them back to you and hands you a new card that says 33. In addition,
Another
in
gold
addition,
piece.
in addition to your headband and arcane focus.
I'm going to call a servant as well, saying, I need my, holy symbol, my coin, and about an hour of uninterrupted time in a quiet place.
Okay, so it manifests right next to you.
Oh.
It nods and very good sirs you, and disappears. A few moments later, reappearing with the requested items and beckoning for you to follow it.
Okay. We could just say that I do, and we don't have to move, but I will.
I think you should move.
Okay.
You'll see some interesting things.
Sure.
So, just follow me.
Okay, I'll try my best. Roll 20's been a
All
little...
right, all right, here. I'll move you up,
Okay.
and then we're gonna move down this dark hallway. And you don't have any sort of night vision, do you?
Right now, no, I do not.
So I'm gonna say you probably get about there before you lose him because he's a translucent shadow.
Okay, is it quiet?
I mean, not really. You get the feeling that he's left and you were meant to be following. In fact, that feeling is doubled up by after a few moments later, you sense the presence of something standing right next to you.
So my burnt out torch,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to...
Don't you have candles?
Yeah, but
Oh, okay, so you're gonna cast light on what? You want to cast it on your torch?
just on the torch head where the flame would be.
Okay, so that's 2020.
Yeah.
All right.
I can just pull a
So-
torch back out if you want.
No, I can just do this. I'm gonna make you glow.
Ooh,
Okay.
glowy.
All right. So he's gonna head this way.
Okay. I will... Oh, I lost my character. Okay, there we go.
Okay. He's gonna head up. All right. And what do we have here? So another of the winged succubi, and then this. Shit. What was that one? Where did my Roll20 pictures go?
Out of character. You guys, I think I might have found the killer.
Okay, so it's that one. So what you just saw is one of these.
Oh, that's way worse.
Yeah. So bear in mind that the tokens aren't a 1-to-1. They're the
Sure,
best I
yeah.
could do.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's
and
funny.
he skirts past him and
I do the
leads
same.
you into the room to your right,
Oh. This is nice.
where he closes the door, or bows to you and closes the door.
Okay, I will start doing my thing. So I'm out for an hour about.
Okay.
Okay.
I will ask the incubi if we can be led to the victim.
Well-
Yes.
Okay, can I get my arcane focus first, please? Before we start running off?
Well, okay, so you call out for a specter.
Yes.
So one appears and fetches the items that you requested and hands you a new ticket. Yours would be, so it's progressed one number, so that'd be 34, I believe.
Okay. Now.
I'm not going to keep track of that, so you should.
Yeah. Okay, so now do we want to see the body first, or should we start the investigation by asking the people in this room questions?
I think we need to see what condition the body is in before we can even remotely make any assumptions.
Okay.
Okay. So the incubus nods and gestures for you to follow him up the stairs. Wait a moment. We just Pedalin, Egg, and Madame Beldam. And let's see here. That is a succubus. You might notice that the yellow-skinned creature is following you as you head up the stairs. And kabam. Everybody loaded in?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So as he gestures you follow him, you'll notice that he... Oh, who did we lose? Who did we lose? That just
They're
came back.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I just know everyone's here now.
Okay. I'm gonna look and see if you guys are gonna pass anybody on the way. Oh wait. No, it's not. It's right. He's not upstairs, is he? I put him downstairs. Well, that's fine. I have all of your tokens in place for when you do go upstairs.
Okay, y'all can hear me now.
Yes.
Oh, it was you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in fact, hope you guys didn't move. You didn't. Awesome. I'll grab you.
I did have a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
The yellow-skinned one doesn't have the sword that's in the photo, correct?
No weapons.
Okay. But he's just following us.
Yeah. You let in here where you can see a couple of creatures. Let me make sure I know which ones they are. That is this one. A skeletal creature bedecked in robes, wearing a golden crown with a glowing red hue to its eyeless sockets. And this. A boar gorilla winged hybrid abomination. And then lying on the bed, unmoving, is this creature. And what might strike you as interesting or odd is that on its chest is etched like a brand, the same sigil that was found in the thieves' contract from those that stole from Ed.
That is quite curious.
It's a house of scales. Okay, so, Egg, you probably have the best understanding of physical wounds and things like that. Do you want to inspect the body to see if you can tell?
I think all of us should look over the body
Okay.
and see what we can notice.
So we'd all like to investigate the body to look for different wounds, maybe cause of death.
I'll take investigation or medicine.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself before I do that.
Okay.
Which is a D4.
Yeah, it should. You should have that on your character sheet. It's just a little checkbox.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I was looking for it. Okay.
Okay. Madam Beldam and Egg, you notice a pinhole wound in the back of the skull of the creature, as well as in its claw, you see blood and what look like scales. Pedalin, as you're looking over the wound, you detect what you believe to be traces of some sort of poison.
And is that in the pinhole?
Yes.
Can I further investigate the scales? Get a color, size?
Sure. Let me check. Because I want to make sure that I give you the correct. They are a gray-blue, not unlike the snake man that you saw in the lobby.
About how big is each individual scale?
I mean, without knowing an exact size, like an American $50, and he's got like 3 or 4 of them in his hand.
Okay, is it pretty clear that he died in the bed, or does it look like he was moved here after death?
Who are you asking?
Well, I'm just, like, looking at it. Does it look like he was moved here? I haven't asked anybody the question yet.
He's laying across the bed in a way that people don't typically lay in the bed.
So it's probably that he was moved here. We'll have to ask. Okay. So, I guess I'll ask the one in the golden crown. Who discovered the body?
He looks at you and smiles a skeletal smile and says, "The body was discovered not long ago. Though who it was, I couldn't tell you. I was here in this room."
So he didn't die here. He was brought here. That was a question.
It didn't sound like a question.
So he didn't die here. He was brought here.
I would assume that would be obvious.
I'm going to call for a servant.
Okay. And so one appears.
I'd like to ask which room was the body originally found in when the incident occurred?
A voice fills your head and says, "It was found in the cellar, madam."
May you direct us to the cellar so we can view the crime scene.
Okay. You should just explore the fucking mansion. All right, hold on.
We need to get a baseline of information.
I know, but you guys decided you're gonna go start looking around instead of asking. So hold on.
What?
Hold on. I gotta lead you there. So that's gonna be through dynamic lighting. Get rid of this. Get rid of this.
We're not going to start interrogating people before we know what the hell even happened.
I know, but could have asked all those questions to the incubus. He would have just told you.
Well, that's what I was saying before we ran off to look at the body.
I know, but you didn't win the argument, so.
Yeah, but asking questions and actually seeing it are two different things.
All right, hold on.
Egg just wants to see a dead body.
All right.
He needed to know.
And am I missing any doors? Yes, I am. I'm actually just going to go ahead and clear all the doors so that I don't have to do this again. All right. So, as the servant leads you downward, you will encounter another incubus and succubus standing in what looks like a servant's kitchen area or kitchenette. And then further down, it's one of these. Having a conversation with this gentleman. And then, what is that down at the bottom? It's another succubus, okay. So the servant's going to lead you in and to the right. Wherein we will now see one of these. And what is this? Which one is this? That is not the lich. Ah, okay. This. A three-skulled creature wearing a breastplate, green robes. And finally, the door here, which leads down into the cellar. Which, if you'll give me a moment, I will go ahead and move us over there and put your tokens in. You know, it would probably help me if I would just move this up. There we go. That'll be so much easier. So, egg, Lavinia, Pedalin. Okay. Everybody loaded in?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what you see is it looks like a sort of wine cellar. The floor is very, very dusty, but there is only one set of footprints going down and up. They aren't clawed, as the feet of the deceased might suggest, but they are booted.
Boots.
And are there any drag marks around the footprints, like somebody moving a body?
No. There is a spot where it looks like maybe a body fell.
Egg wants to call one of the servants just to make sure they don't leave footprints when they travel around down here.
Okay. So you call a servant. It appears next to you.
Yeah, just walk down here and walk back. I just want
Sure.
to see if you leave footprints.
All right. The servant does walk down and back and does not leave any sign of footprints.
Thank you.
He bows and disappears.
So one of the servants likely found the body then
Mm-hmm.
and brought it upstairs. But why would there be no footprints from the person who was killed?
They may have been killed somewhere else and brought down here.
By a
And
servant.
then discovered.
If a servant brought the body here and dropped it, then whoever discovered the body, that's whose footprints these are. In the boots.
You can always search. You have skills to investigate.
Yeah.
I'm just taking some notes.
Yeah, Egg is gonna get down, be careful not to disturb any of the footprints, but do a sweep of the area.
Okay.
So should I roll investigation?
Yes.
Done.
Okay.
How large would you say the boot prints are compared to like Beldam's normal human-sized feet?
You can easily step between them, like within them. They may be 2 times the size of your foot. Even Egg's feet fit within the boot prints. So Egg, as you're searching through the cellar itself, something catches your eye. It looks like little rice grain imprints in the dust. All throughout the room. Like from the stairs to where the imprint from where the body was. In addition, you can see that none of the bottles of wine appear to be disturbed. They're all still in place.
So there's no signs of struggle?
Correct.
Where in this room would that like break in the dust be where a body would have dropped?
Oh, that did not. Like there.
Do the boot prints that are in the dust seem to go to the spot where the body was dropped
Yes.
and like circle it like somebody discovering a body?
Let's see. Hold on.
I like that you have a chalk outline ready.
Me too.
I don't have any footprints though. Let's see if I can do this. I'm not paying you for footprints, Roll20. Eat my dick. $5 for footprints. Nope. So they just like, I would say that the footprints appear to lead here, and then you can see them turn back in the same way.
Is the stride length the same?
Yes.
Okay. So whoever found the body or came in and saw the body or whatever wasn't in a hurry to leave.
We necessarily don't know the demeanor of the things we're running into.
True.
They all seem perfectly polite, And they're probably all horrible. It's fine.
I've seen a few things that I could have lived without seeing.
I'd like to investigate
just
like
life,
directly
though.
around where the body imprint is.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular?
We know that it was a pinprick, so it's very unlikely that there would be blood, but I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for. Egg hasn't told us about the rice prince.
Oh, I would assume that as we're going through and investigating and looking at stuff, anytime any of us discover something new, they share it with the group.
Okay,
Yeah,
So
we
that,
can
so that we're
told you
all on the
about the
same
rice.
page.
Okay. Well, then I suppose I'll see if I can try and follow the path.
Of the rice prince? The rice
See
prince,
where they might lead.
they might be mice.
So, as they're pointed out to you, you notice that they seem to go along a similar trek as the boot prints. And like they're almost right next to them.
So they don't crisscross back and forth. They go in a very
Mhm.
similar track to the
Mhm.
blueprints.
Based on the stride of them, I guess this would be a nature check if they seem like bipedal or
What,
something
the little
four-legged.
small ones?
Yeah.
Think of like maybe not rice, but think of like a macaroni noodle.
Like they're curved a little bit?
No, just like that diameter and length.
Mm. Being careful not to step on any of the tracks made in the dust.
Hold on. I don't know what you're looking for, Madabelle. Like, what would tell you?
I'm trying to tell if this looks like it would be made by like an animal that walks on fours or something just very small walking on two legs.
So like each little macaroni noodle has maybe an inch to half an inch of space between it, and there's like 6 of them within stride. Like, this obviously aren't the correct size, but something like that.
So if it was following along with the feet, it could possibly be a familiar or a creature following around.
Like a tiny servant. Okay. Did we want to check for blood or dropped scales or anything that might have fallen off the body? In other words,
Yeah, 'cause-
I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Okay.
I'll do a little guidance boop on myself, and then I will look for those things I said.
Okay. You don't see any blood or scales, and at this point, you guys have pretty much disturbed most of the dust in here, as all 3 of you go through and poke around.
Okay. So did y'all have anything else that you wanted to look for, or are we good to go start the interviews?
And we're good to go talk to people.
Okay.
I'd like to talk to that incubus from the beginning again and just
Okay.
kind of get a baseline of the series of events throughout the course of the night.
And establish a timeline.
Okay. Now that is something I can do. I'm just gonna move you guys all over here. I think I put Petalin on top of him. Which
He probably liked it.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he'd mind at all. So you head back out to the main foyer entrance and speak with the original incubus. What do you ask?
Could we get a general layout of the events of the evening? Like how things led up prior to the body being discovered, where it was discovered, if anyone may have been around the area where the body was discovered.
As our magnanimous host invited us all here for various deals of trade and barter, well, of course, us serving the host had no interest in such things, more interested in more carnal activities with the guests herein. I can tell you this much. There were a few auctions that happened down below, and of course upstairs some groups had determined to split off to barter in private. There was a point at which one of the gentlemen here announced that he had discovered a body in the cellar.
Who was it that discovered the body?
That would have been the Gith commander upstairs.
The yellow-skinned guy who's been following us?
No. Though he is Gith, he appeared with his commander.
After the body was discovered, was it a servant who moved the body into the room it resides in now?
No, the Gith himself brought it upstairs.
Do you know if the Gith commander had any relations with the deceased?
None that we recall.
Fair enough.
The commander himself was mostly upstairs treating with others. It was the younger Gith who seemed to be following that one around, following the deceased, keeping an eye on him.
Why would the younger Gith keep an eye on the deceased?
You could ask him yourself. I can only tell you what I saw.
Do you happen to know what the commander was doing in the cellar, if he was treating upstairs?
I imagined retrieving a bottle. The host keeps quite a selection on hand.
May I ask what the process is when guests enter to determine if all magical items have been removed from their person?
Of course, there is in fact, as I'm sure you're aware, we are all bound by Geish. There is an orb located in the upper level, which projects a sort of anti-magic field, preventing the use of certain magic items so long as they are not checked by those who enter. This is also the origination point of the Geish itself.
But if someone asked for a magical item, is it possible they could have gotten it in?
No, that is a courtesy only extended to you.
Okay.
At what point do the guests enter this geish?
Upon entering the grounds.
Is there anything to protect from non-magical items or poisons?
Well, all weapons are checked, and the Geish itself does bind all members from drawing a weapon.
Is there any possibility that someone could have intruded upon the premises?
None that we are aware of. They would have to be more powerful than the host himself or the magic that built this place. None may tread here without invitation. In fact, he says, chuckling to himself, I imagine it would be quite difficult to locate the abode without an invitation.
It's in a cave. Caves can be hard to. They can be tricky. Tricky. Egg is ready to talk to the
It's in the
Gith
woods.
commander.
I had a question and I forgot what it
Wood
was, and I need
keys.
like 30 seconds to think of it.
So Egg wants to go talk to the Gith commander.
Yeah.
Did
You've never been.
Egg,
Look,
Egg,
there
you
are
asked
plenty
about,
of caves in woods.
Egg, you asked about what would prevent somebody from asking a servant to bring like a non-magical weapon, and they said that the Geish means you can't use it.
Well, only
Can't-
we've been
can't draw?
allowed to bring
not-
it to get anything else in.
Well, we've been allowed to have magical items, but I'm talking about physical, non-magical weapons.
Correct. The gauge
Or
prevents them from
poisons.
drawing
Right.
the weapon.
Well, a needle isn't exactly a weapon. And if it was a
Yes,
poison,
yeah, I suppose that's true.
I mean, I don't have them on. Well, do we have our items that aren't weapons and
No,
magical
you
things?
you
Or we
literally
left
have your
everything?
clothes and the
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
The
Okay,
clothes
so
that have been
in-
provided for us.
In
Mhm.
in my bag, I had 3 vials of a strange clear liquid that we got off the dead thief in the Dwarven Keep. And if this has something to do with the House of Scales, it's likely that it's a similar poison. So a needle isn't exactly a weapon. Or if it wasn't a needle, it could have been, a small metal pinprick, like a kitchen utensil even. Which also wouldn't count as a weapon. So I guess we're ready to talk to the Gith commander if that's what y'all want.
You guys go interrogate. I'll be listening along and putting the dog to bed.
Actually, I was going to say we can go ahead and take this opportunity to do a 10-minute break so that we can feed our dogs as well.
Yes.
All right.
All right, so we're going to take 10. We'll call it 37.
Gotcha.
Okie dokie.